Right. Yes. Now we're live. Yes. Congratulations.
We're live now.
Yes. Now what should
Say hi to the world.
Say hi to the world. We're supposed to talk about stuff. What do we talk about? What were we talking about? Fuck.
We were talking about like what video games you're going to be playing.
Oh yeah. Not Euro Truck. I swear what I'll do. One day when I'm doing it, because I'm doing that on. I'd originally planned Wednesday, but I'm gonna have to message Laura and Skeptic Llama to do it Thursday instead, because I'd already agreed to stream a couple weeks ago on the main channel with Cognitive Thought. So unless I move the times about, I'd be a bit busy. I could do.
I think I actually own Left 4 Dead.
Do you have Left 4 Dead?
Forget. I have so many games. I have so many games on Steam.
Yeah, so do I. Got.
You know what I did? I remember. Left 4 Dead. Yeah. All right. Yeah, because I was playing that with a few friends from college. Because we bought it one day when it was
a good game
the
to play
4-pack or something.
It's a good game for college. It's a good game. But I'm not the best at first-person shooters when there's a lot of pressure.
I have 239 Steam games.
I'll tell you how many I've got then, shall I? Profile. Because I think my badge of mine updated recently to include... Okay, 243. Just slightly more.
So you have 4 more than me.
Just slightly more, yeah. I'm all about
it's not a competition.
Well, a lot of them are like when all those Star Wars games were on sale.
It clearly shows I have a bigger dick than he does, okay? 4 games bigger, okay?
Well, congratulations to you.
Thank you. See, I'm not the best at Left 4 Dead, so it does surprise me that nobody questioned if I was any good when they voted. Like, I'll vote if you tell me if you're any good at FPS. I'm not very good at FPS when with Left 4 Dead, especially the pressure you put under.
So you don't do
killing zombies.
Yes, but zombies lots of them that run towards you. If it's like it's like Rainbow Six Vegas 2 or something, a bit more tactical. I'm a better shot, especially.
Where it's not just straight run and gun.
Yeah, I watched Llama do it on one of his channels. He did a Left 4 Dead stream, right? And it was him, Laura, Sith, and I think Hitsugi Nerd. I think that's her name, or channel name, something. Fuck knows. She's Gobby. Let's call her Gobby. And everyone else did really bad, except for Llama, because he went and aggroed he was the Leroy Jenkins of the group. He aggroed everything, but unlike Leroy Jenkins, he killed everything. In fact, the only thing he got beaten on...
So he actually succeeded.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I managed to pull a Leroy a few times when I used to play WoW.
Yeah.
Sometimes on purpose to piss off people that were pissing me off in the guild I was in.
Yeah, I get that.
Because it was funny.
I was in a guild in Guild Wars, and they were all pretty cool guys. I mean, they're all really good at the game and obsessed, I guess. So they spent all their time in their guild hall, and I'd be like, I don't know why you're all just standing here talking. It's gonna kill shit. But because they're level capping, it was like, what, level 20? You could just go and do a raid at that point. There was just no point doing anything.
Yeah, I played Guild Wars for a bit and got really bored with it and went back to WoW.
Well, Guild Wars had some pretty cool spin-offs.
I played Guild Wars, I never played WoW.
I played WoW a little, for a few years. I wasn't as obsessed as a couple of housemates I had. A boyfriend and girlfriend couple, they're in the same room, in the same bedroom. They'd have their really fancy computer set up, right? And they'd be using voice chat to abuse each other when they did badly in raids. And they'd stay up till 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning for raids, just so they could spend 3-4 hours on a raid. And I'd be like, what's the point? Oh, but we can get this armor, we can unlock this and this. And I'd be like, what? Yeah, but then what? But then we can do it again and do it better.
Don't, because I was one of those players.
They were so rude to each other.
Me
it
and
was
my
really
ex.
funny.
Yeah, but me and my ex did exactly that. Our computers were next to each other.
Ah, couldn't do that.
I played it up until I only played it up until the first expansion pack came out, and then my site started going, so I gave up.
I played it up till Deathwing, whichever expansion that was. So just after Wrath of the Lich King, the next expansion, that was the last time I played it. Oh no, Mists of Pandaria. I think I did play up to Mists of Pandaria, which is after Deathwing gets... Yeah, so I played that. I didn't complete it, though. I only played it a little. I just wasn't bothered. I couldn't afford it. And I thought, I'm not spending a tenner a month on this. It's just not worth it. It just... No, thank you. Cataclysm, thank you, Discanar. That was the Deathwing expansion. I had a bit of a thing for something people called it twinking, where you level capped your character, and I had a couple. I had a blood elf mage. What was he called? I think I named him. I took the name from Chaos. I think it was Melech or Sisbeth. Yeah, one of the sorcerers from Chaos. And I had him at level 70. And I was a bit of I did all the raids repeatedly just to get the best possible armor. And, I'll be honest, what I could do with him could deal with a level 75 quite easily. And I would be a massive cunt to that person. Like, they challenged me to a duel. So we go, as I've already told many times, I go to the top of Ice Crown Citadel. And I'd be like, alright, we'll duel here. And the very first thing I do is turn them into a penguin. And then I just launch them off the top. I'd be like, that was fun.
Wow.
You just wait about 30 seconds for them to hit the ground, and it's worth it. Very satisfying.
Seems legit.
Just jealous. It was all good until they updated it so that you could mount your flying crap while falling. I never liked that. Especially with all the 82 elites on the floor, it'd be nice to just watch someone get killed, okay? Weren't you ever obsessed with the game, Andrew?
Civ.
Oh, Civ 5.
I would... Yeah, let's take a look. How many hours I have in that game. Civilization 5. 741.
Really? Hang on. My highest is, I think, Dawn of War Retribution.
Crusader Kings is a close second at 621.
Okay, my highest is
I
Retribution at 768.
Let's see how much I've wasted on League
of Legends? I got a friend who plays that.
That was a very also college game.
Yeah. I've got a friend who's obsessed with that game.
83 hours, that's not right.
Is that not enough?
No, I've been playing it for like 5 years, so I know that's definitely wrong.
Do you think maybe they hit a limiter?
I guess they've fucked it up.
It's possible. I've had some games where they've
I thought that it was like
2,000
or 3,000, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who are obsessed with that game. It never appealed to me. Why do that when I could play Pokemon instead?
Because Pokemon is awesome.
Exactly.
Although I'm still playing Pokemon Go and I'm still annoyed I haven't got Snorlax yet.
I have not played Pokemon Go since I did it for a video, which was quite a long time ago. Although I'm on a different phone these days.
A bit obsessed with it.
The best Pokemon I had was an Aerodactyl from a 10k egg.
Although I did just get Alakazam, which made me really happy.
Alakazam's a cool Pokemon.
He is.
Definitely
it took me a year to get him.
Worth it.
Because I have no life.
Well, join the club. I've noticed a lot of people buying Cuphead at the moment, and I've seen enough gameplay footage to know that it is incredibly frustrating. So why are you buying it?
Yes.
Yeah, because the other half bought it the second it was released because he'd been waiting for it.
I would buy it if I had the money, but it is quite expensive, to be honest. But at the same
This
time,
makes him really angry.
exactly. Do I really want to test my patience to such a degree for £15? No. No, I don't.
It looks like one of the most frustrating games.
It looks frustrating because it's based on like the most accurate, shooting and jumping you could do. You don't get any leeway to fuck up. But the aesthetics are beautiful.
They are.
Just reminds me. It looks like
We've been watching.
Sorry.
Watching loads of like top 10 countdowns of like retro games.
Yeah.
From the days of like the Commodore 64 and like the ZX Spectrum and things. And it's just like reminded both of us how difficult some of those games were because you got really far in and then you died and had to go right back to the beginning.
Yeah. Oh dear. I'm looking at the achievements because it does show you how good some players are if you look at the like there are 28 achievements and a percentage of those of all players they've obviously bought it and played it that have completed it, and you go down and it's quite a drop to go all the way to beat the devil at his own game, basically complete the game on expert. That must be an absolute motherfucker where it's 0.6% of all players have managed to get that. How sad are you that you've managed to do that to begin with? I don't have the patience for such a game. It's not no, especially when you want to just chill out
these days.
Yeah, I think it requires too much effort. I can't be bothered.
I was really happy the other day. I found out Grim Fandango is now available in like the Android App Store. I can play it again on my tablet.
Ooh.
It was like my favourite game ever when I was younger.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a $5, so I've got money. I'm going to buy it.
Congratulations. That is pretty cool. There was a game when it first came out and I stumbled across it. I absolutely loved it on my phone, and I was kind of happy it made its way to Steam, and that was The Room, like a puzzle game, and it got a second. I think it's up to 3 now, but only the first 2 are on Steam at the moment. I've got all 3 of them on my phone, but it's so complicated.
Is it one of those like locked? Is it like those locked room type puzzle games?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I've played a few of those. They're so frustrating.
But the reviews and the game itself speaks for itself. It is overwhelmingly brilliant. I'm hoping they don't do a 4th because I think there's only so much you can really get away with before it just that kind of style just wears on people. But it is a really good series.
I might have to have a look.
So what's been going on with Andrew then? Since I haven't spoken to you in forever.
Nothing much besides going to the wedding this weekend.
Did you get drunk? Did you catch the bouquet? Did you look fantastic in your dress?
Fabulous.
Fabulous. I don't want to assume that you didn't wear a dress. Did you see the
it was a small wedding. It was only like 100 people.
100? I don't even know 100 people.
That's compared to a bunch of other weddings that I've gone to. It was on the smaller side.
Oh,
there's been weddings where there's been like 200 people, 300 people.
Dear God. I
probably have that many people in my family, but I wouldn't want them on my wedding.
The room wouldn't have been able to hold more than like 120, so it was a smaller venue.
I've only ever been to one wedding, and it was only about 30, 40 people there. It was a very intimate, kind of personal thing. I did see over the weekend, because I couldn't sleep, Sophane streamed Pat's wedding. He streamed the bloody wedding. Every is looking all human, and then he goes and gets his hat and his glasses, and then starts talking. Oh dear, the shit posting was beautiful.
Lols.
It's quite a successful video on their channel now, oddly enough. Your videos are shit. The wedding was better. Doesn't make me want to go to weddings, oh fucking hell.
So you're all supposed to get any more rain than normal with the hurricane hitting Ireland?
Sorry?
Are you all supposed to get any more rain than normal?
I haven't had any... Honestly, I looked at my phone for weather reports. The Met Office had me at sunny until, well, nighttime. And I'm looking outside and I'm like, there's no rain. But you sure as fuck can't see the sun. It's not dark either, but damn those clouds. I'm sorry, but what point of this is...
My phone did that as well.
Oh yeah, it's like my phone was getting messages from Michael Fish. Oh, there's not going to be a hurricane tomorrow. 24 hours later, there was a hurricane outside.
He's been on TV a lot today because it's the 30th anniversary.
I know, because, well, oddly enough, around my birth, there was a hurricane.
I remember it, but then I was 8 at the time.
Yeah, certainly makes me chuckle. Actually, if I remember correctly, we were at a family friend of the family's house, and we couldn't leave because that wind was so strong. And it's like, well, but the house is a minute away. We could literally just walk it. It would take forever because the wind is against us. I don't care. I want my food. Yeah, just let the wind take you there. Just jump.
Go fly.
Right. I don't know how people couldn't get this. It's not complicated.
Yeah, but people are stupid.
To be honest.
Like, as a general rule. Individual people are okay, but, like, en masse.
In general, people are pretty stupid.
After watching enough American prison documentaries, I can confirm that people are in fact stupid. When a sex offender still blames his daughter for looking like she did, you know you're fucked. 20 years later, he still blames his daughter for what she wears. How stupid is he? Come on.
Yeah, there are some odd characters in those prison documentaries.
There's some interesting ones. They did one of a guy who got out after 14 years in prison, and he's still out of prison now today, even though the documentary was set about 10 years ago. He's still out. He still struggles to get by, but he does, which is good, you know, for a former gangbanger. Yeah. Couldn't live with that. I think his name was Andrew, and he went to a university. No, fuck it.
Seems legit.
I think his name was Donovan, actually. Donovan? Doesn't matter. Oh, I saw something interesting today, just because I want to make this awkward. In the UK, there is a thing from the Met Police saying that, and they're blaming it on budget cuts, that they will not be responding to thefts unless the perpetrator can be clearly identified. So if you get robbed and you can't identify the perp, don't bother calling the Met because they're not going to respond. Because, and I quote...
Well, that's practically already happening around here.
Yeah.
I think yeah.
I saw it in the newspaper when I was at a convenience store earlier. I was like, this is a joke, right? But it is actually happening. They can't find shit anyway. They couldn't find a stolen bike if it was sat outside their depot. They're pretty feckless. Oh,
did you see the woman that's in charge of the London Fire Brigade?
No.
Oh, no.
Today. She started a campaign to stop calling firemen.
Oh, no.
And that everyone should be called firefighters.
But they're not fighters.
Doesn't she...
They're not fighting. I don't like the term fighting being used with a fire. Maybe they should change the job to big fire extinguisher person. How about that?
But apparently she's also contacted the people. I don't know. Do you remember the kids show Fireman Sam?
Oh, I used to love that as a kid.
Yeah, she wants it to be renamed Firefighter Sam.
No, don't do that. Yeah, let's make Sam also Samantha.
Is
Sam
Sam
this is
gonna
like
be
the
training now?
Why not? This is like the Thomas the Tank Engine thing I was talking about on stream yesterday. They've got I think Skog put it in in Discord. They've introduced 2 new trains and gotten rid of 2 trains. They've replaced Edward and Henry with one that is quite clearly African and a bit and yellow, and another one that looks ridiculous. One's called Naya, and the other one's called Rebecca, I believe. Wonder which one's the African one, right?
My
favourite one was.
My nephew's not going to be happy.
I've seen the show recently because I've obviously got a nephew as well and nieces. I grew up on it. I loved Gordon and Edward. They were my favourite too. It's kind of sad. Then again, I've also recently just started watching. I've finally caught up with I just caught up with Rick and Morty. Because I'd seen the first 2 seasons.
Apparently that show's been causing some waves.
Yeah, I watched the first 2 seasons last week, and I understand why people like it so much. It is pretty funny. I mean, I thought it was funny enough that I went and bought a portal gun. No joke, I actually bought one. I can show you. I'll put the image up on screen. There we go. Yeah, this. It's yeah, I bought a portal gun. I figure that's pretty cool. Yes. Oh, yeah, it's not block the chat. Let's do that. Yes. And I kind of started watching the 3rd series, and there is a pretty obvious, because I didn't start loving it. I didn't start watching it when everyone else did. But I don't have the bias everyone else does with how amazing the first 2 seasons are, because I don't think it's actually that amazing. But I started watching the 3rd season, and there is a clear change, quite obvious. And I kind of get the feeling that it either needs to change or it's going to just die. Sorry, Dan Harmon, but like Community, you either have to go or you've got to change things. Sorry, Community. Which I liked for the first 3 seasons, and then it just died. I guess it could be that it could possibly be the same with Rick and Morty, but on a half-life. So 2 great seasons and then 2 shit ones before it leaves. Depending on if it gets a 4th season as well. I don't even know if it's been picked up for a 4th yet.
I've only seen the odd episode of it, and it didn't quite do it for me.
It just reminded me
one
of
those things you either find it funny or you don't.
Yeah, it kind of, the visuals reminded me of Rocko's Modern Life, maybe slightly Ren and Stimpy almost. The comedy is it does have to appeal to a certain type of person. I've been noticing on Rocket League, quite a number of the things you can get for your cars are derived from Rick and Morty. I think I created an entire car just with all the add-ons I got, which included a poopy butthole guy sat on top of my car, a Rick antenna holding a plutonium, the fart gas coming out of my rocket boosters, and the portals coming out of the wheels. Just cause reasons, I guess. It was fun, kind of. It was pretty basic. It obviously has an appeal though with the game designers. But then again, so does Fast and Furious. Quite a number of the cars from that are in the show, on the game. And they're not too bad.
Yeah, I'm a massive fan of the Fast and Furious films.
Yeah,
I've never seen any of them.
They just released the 99 Nissan Skyline and the 70 Charger as DLCs for the game. I did just, but they already had the Ice Charger from Fate of the Furious, which is cool. I had a bit of a complaint. I went and saw the Fast and Furious 8 film with my friend at Westwood Cross, and we saw the film. And at the end,
I haven't seen that one yet.
Okay, well, are you okay with a small spoiler?
I'm fine with spoilers.
Okay,
it's not like they're the most in-depth, complex plots, is it?
Okay, so there is a baby involved in why Vin Diesel, or whatever's character, Dom Toretto, switches sides. At the end, with the child, he gives the child a name. In my head, and my friend and I both agreed on this, Vincent should be the name. No, he says Brian. You fucking cock.
That was kind of predictable.
It was so predictable. It should have been Vin.
Walker died.
It should have been Vincent. It really should have been. Don't do that stupid shit. Oh, now the kid's got a gay name. It really annoyed me. But the Ice Charger, basically the Dodge Charger, but suited to travelling on ice, oddly enough, is DLC on the game as well. It's not bad. I mean, you got the DeLorean, which I got first, and then they got the Batmobile from Dawn of Justice on there. It's pretty cool.
Fun times.
I know, right? It's like so.
I think my favourite car is the '67 Chevy Impala, but then I'm a massive fan of Supernatural.
Oh yeah, of course. I always, when I was a kid, I remember my dad always had a thing for Lamborghinis. I quite liked the '67 GT500 from that film. Gone in 60
Eleanor
Seconds.
from Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah, I liked that car. It's a very nice looking car. Although most people I know talk about that car, they keep talking about the 350 instead, and I'm like, but it's got like 150 less horses. Why would you want that? You know nothing.
If I had a car like that, I'd want the button that Nicolas Cage has with the nitro that says "Go baby go" on the outside of it.
How appropriate. Yeah, I like that film. I quite like that film. One of the very few films he did.
I like any film with like nice, posh, expensive cars in.
Well, there were 50 cars in that.
I grew up around. Yeah, I grew up around mechanics, so it's kind of like bred into me.
I'm mechanically incompetent, so I don't really know much about cars. I like some cars. I was never a fan of that Nissan Skyline from the Fast and Furious film. Too Fast, Too Furious, I guess.
Oh no, I like the Skylines.
I think they look shit. I kind of liked the classic muscle cars. Mostly because we Brits don't have actual muscle cars. We have the AC Cobra to thank for the speed limits. Yay. Vin named his daughter Paulina. Did he really?
Really?
Can he just call me Pauline? I need to look this up. Because, honestly, if he did, that would be terrible. You're named after a guy who died in a shit car. Congratulations. Oh my god, he actually does have a child called Paulina. Oh, you poor...
That's ridiculous.
Dear God. Oh dear. No, I can't be doing that. And it actually is in honour of his friend who died. Oh dear. Oh dear, that makes me want to cry. Paulina is such a...
I get that. You know, it's sad and all that, but kind of done now.
Yeah.
I was really sad lunchtime because Sean Hughes died.
I saw Never Mind the Buzzcocks guy, yeah.
Yeah, and Sean's show.
I never saw that.
When I was in my teens,
Never
he
Mind
was
the Buzzcocks with him, Mark Lamar, and the other guy, Phil Jupitus. And that stuff was amazingly funny. Especially with Mark Lamar as the host, because I think he's just the right fit. Yeah, that was good. That's a shame. There's been a lot of deaths this year. Either we're getting old, or everyone's just dying.
I was just going to say, no, I think it's because we're getting older. So everyone we looked up to when we were younger are a lot older.
You gotta dread the day someone tells you they looked up to you. If anyone says that to me, I'm just gonna make sure they understand how terrible a person they are. I just want to make that quite clear. I don't think I ever could be a role model. Yeah. That was an interesting way to kill the conversation. Fucking hell. Andrew, say something.
Sorry, I'm typing an email.
Oh, stop sending dick pics.
Yep.
Oh dear. Has there anything? Oh, there hasn't really been much interesting happening in the news recently. Not that I noticed. I did know.
Well, the Democrats tried to do something with Title IX.
Aren't they always?
They wanted to codify Obama's mandates.
What does that mean?
Like all the stuff that Obama did to fuck everything up.
Right. What does
They
it mean?
want to make that law.
Oh, yeah, right.
Like the lower standard of proof. The basically forcing colleges to do stuff or lose federal funding. So basically scaring them.
That would be absolutely terrible.
Uh-huh.
I'm not surprised they're doing that.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks that they are, though.
Yeah, no, it's really bad.
Yeah. I don't know. There's only so many times you can say just how embarrassing the Democratic Party is at the moment. The DNC. They're an absolute joke. They're like Labour, who are blatantly socialist. The leader he's even said many times he's a socialist, but he unironically wants to use capitalist systems to achieve his socialist utopia. You don't understand just how fucking stupid you are.
Much of a dumb cunt he is.
I want he does this thing in PMQs a lot. He talks about kids' education, because we have different types of schools in the country, not just local comprehensive, grammar school, private school, boarding school. And he instead wants to scrub that.
That's pretty standard.
He wants to erase all that and simply have one type of school where everyone gets the exact same opportunity. But the problem there is, it will not take into his system will not take into account anyone that achieves, anyone that surpasses the minimum standard.
Dumbing down.
Exactly. He would rather that person either be held back, and everyone else, they wait for everyone else to catch up, or simply that person to be vilified for being good.
I saw that, and it comes across like I just want to punish all clever people. Well,
yeah.
UK.
Yeah, no, it's exactly like that's how it comes across. Socialism is not beneficial, really, is it? It just stops anyone wanting to achieve anything, because they know if they succeed, they'll be punished for it. He doesn't celebrate when he's one of the worst ones for it, actually. Does not celebrate when we do well. He looks to blame people when things go well, because obviously it's not good enough, or because somebody lost out in some way.
Yeah.
So just can't accept a win is a win.
Yeah. I did see something. Excuse me. I did see something else that interested me, and it was like virtue signaling 101. Where was it? Fuck it. I have no idea where it was. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to waste my time looking for it. It doesn't matter.
The only other thing that's really been on the news is that whole thing with Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
so the end of the Me Too hashtag or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
yeah, that's the one.
Harvey Weinstein, whatever his name is. What did he do?
Weinstein.
I don't know what he did.
Apparently,
sexual harassment and sexual assault and
groping or something.
This is very
Hollywood in a nutshell.
I do remember seeing a very brief mention of something from decades ago, and I'm like, this is very similar to Jimmy Savile. You had to wait until there was absolutely no possibility this person could get out of it, and then you tell them. Like, Jimmy Savile was dead when people started coming forward. It was rumoured for decades that he'd done it. I'm not saying Weinstein's dead, but it does come across as like an opportunistic thing. Either you felt like you need to protect yourself, or because you need 5 minutes out of it. and it's very.
And then everybody and their mother is coming forward.
Yeah, it's like the Bill Cosby thing again. He raped me in this decade. That decade? What the fuck is wrong with you? Why'd you take so long? But society treated me wrong, and I'm a woman. I don't care.
I'm not.
Yeah, the Weinstein thing, whatever that was, Harvey thing, intrigues me because it seems there's a lot of names.
It's supposed to be Weinstein according to the German pronunciation, I think.
Okay, well, Harvey, blah blah blah. He's got quite the list of people, though, hasn't he, on there? It's quite impressive.
Yeah.
Well, not impressive, but it's like, holy shit.
Yeah, that's a bad thing to say. He's got quite an impressive record for,
Hey,
sexual
some of
assault.
the names on that list, I mean, would you say no to some of them?
Probably not.
Right. I hope he gets the help he needs. And if he did commit a crime, that he serves his time.
I think he went to Europe somewhere to go get help.
The easiest help he can get is simply having his testicles removed.
Well, that doesn't stop him groping people with his hands.
Well, you know what he needs then? He needs Sharia. He needs Islam. The groping will stop if he has no hands. And if he rapes a woman, he'll have to.
Or he can just go to an Islamic country, and then all the women are covered.
Yeah, because he might not know if he's actually touching a woman or a guy dressed as a woman. Hard to tell, right? Sentient bin liner. I did notice something happened recently. There was this kind of minor YouTube drama. I'd say minor, because...
When isn't there YouTube drama?
This was relevant to the skeptic community, where a guy claimed... right, he claimed that he was being threatened with a dox, right? And he was and he went to a few other YouTubers. I doubt this person would ever come to me, because if someone says they're threatened to be doxxed, I'll be like, I just don't give a fuck, piss off. Went to a few of them. They all made videos on it because they had all the images of the messages the person had sent them, and the messages in video responses. Because this guy was making anti-vegan videos. Oh, it's so bad, and he stopped cooking his lamb khinzir outside. It's sin. Only for everyone to find out that the guy who's claiming to be threatened with doxing was the guy making the threats on a separate account. Dun dun dun. Hang on, if it's like EastEnders, it's dun 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 dun. Yeah, it was pretty sad. I've watched some videos, people that are mostly cognitive thought. As far as I'm concerned, it seemed like a cheap. And the guy mentioned he had some mental health issues. Fair enough. And it's sad that somebody would do that to gain more subs, because I think they gained their sub count doubled. I think they're only in the hundreds, but they gained quite a few subs off the back of shout outs from other people. And I think it's going to bite them on the ass anyway. They have to earn back the trust of those creators that they lied to.
But people will do ridiculous things for attention.
Yeah,
that's a true statement.
Well, I know a number of people who've made big channels, and they do it on the back of flashing their tits on YouTube, essentially. And I'm not just talking about female here.
Seeing some moobs.
While your skin is busy crawling, everyone else is trying to scrub their brains with a neuralizer. What do you think about this doxing thing?
I don't even know. Doxing gets weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. I see this thing because somebody has used doxing as a way to. There is something very corrupt about it, because most people most people I know online are very anti-doxing. I don't care for it. I don't see the point in it. It's not productive. Yeah, don't do it. So, especially within if that person is a member of the skeptic community.
Dun, dun, dun.
To then use it, to then fake a dox to get attention is so dishonest. It's so bad.
Yeah, that's when things start to get funky.
Yeah. It certainly makes me worry. Oh look, you can buy a Men in Black neuralizer on eBay. How cool is that?
That sounds fun.
You only need.
Does it actually work? I'd only want one if it was,
honest,
real.
You could probably get. It's probably cheaper to get drunk, or get hit on the back of the head with a shovel.
Probably.
And no, Skog, not like Misa. I don't know many videos Misa's done where she's just started shaking her tits on camera. As much as others might like that, she does not do that. Yet. Dun dun dun. Give it time. I'm sure there'll be there are people who have seen do dance streams or karaoke streams in dancing. The dancing is very cringy. Very, very cringy. And that word's been overused, but cringy nonetheless. And many moobs have been shaken, I've noticed. Oh, God.
Yeah, but that's funny. I find it funny anyway.
Hilarious.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I know someone in the chat just mentioned Lawgiver prop. I would love to get my hands on a Lawgiver because I'm a big Dread fan. But I don't think I can afford one. You can get one on Etsy for about £130. That is pretty cool. We can get a resin kit for about 50 quid. That is also pretty damn cool. Yeah, I have no life. Okay.
No life.
No life.
That's unfortunate.
Well, since all I do is play video games at the moment and make videos, yeah, pretty sad.
Videos.
So all I do at the moment is pretty much sort of binge watch stuff and knit. So
knitting. Oh,
yeah.
Dear oh dear. I was sewing this evening. I mean, that's kind of like knitting, kind of, just on a very small scale. Kind of, yeah. I was sewing my pajamas back together after they got caught on a door handle. It's very weird, very difficult to explain how the pocket got caught.
On a door handle?
Yeah, I was walking backwards, the pocket got caught, it tore the pocket. Yeah, that happened. And no, I'm not paying you £75 discount for all your comics. As much as I love to read Dread related comics, and I have quite a handy stack myself, I don't have £75 to give you, and even if I did, I'd probably just spend it on alcohol or chocolate. Yes.
Or both.
As long as I'm not mixing them, because I don't want to be drinking something that reminds me of Bailey's, which to me is just pure heresy, right next to pineapple pizza and, well...
I saw somebody put banana on pizza.
Sorry?
Banana.
Banana? That's just weird.
Was it a fruit-based pizza or something?
No, it was just raw banana on pizza.
What else was on the pizza?
Cheese and tomato.
I can't imagine.
Cheese, tomato, and banana.
That's got to be
That's
weird.
just wrong.
That's got to be weird. Oh dear. I have to oh dear. I've had chocolate pizza, which is just made of chocolate, the whole thing. I've had anchovies on pizza before. It's all right. It's not really. I wouldn't order it if I had the money. But if it's offered to me, I'll eat it. I can't. I mean, okay, we could do some be pedantic and say, oh, but tomato is a fruit. I'm not generally that interested in having fruits on my pizza. Now someone will be pedantic and say tomato, and then I'll just reply, oh fuck it, I'll have a barbecue base instead, you cunt. Oh, barbecue chicken pizza. That's a good pizza. Yes. My sister bought one recently, a box one, frozen, and it's stuffed crust. I was like, oh, okay, fine. It's just a cheese pizza, but the crust isn't stuffed with cheese, it's stuffed with a hot dog. It's really nice. And it really annoys me.
Sounds weird.
It is. That's why I don't understand why I like, because it's just a hot dog in the crust. You know?
Mind you, I guess it would work, because like pizza dough is kind of bread.
Yeah, it's kind of like eating a hot dog. Which is nice. I quite enjoyed it. Yeah. I like pizza. There was... Oh, I forget. You put something recently... Where was it? Fucking... Everyone's been dropping articles recently, haven't they? In recommendeds. If it loads. Wow, this is slow. Where is it? Oh, there's some really stupid shit. Fuck it, I'm not going through that. It's too much effort. Fuck it.
Oh, I saw the thing about the private schools over here, gender neutral.
Oh yeah. Queen's a patron, isn't she, of that school?
Yeah.
I think she should invest her money in something more sound, like myself. Something better than that.
I know where that school is as well, because it's not.
I know where it is because I grew up in Surrey. Yeah, I grew up in Surrey, so I know where Woking is. I know exactly where that school is.
Yeah, there's one in Farnham as well that's done exactly the same thing.
You really want to stop doing this now, schools. Your education, you're not freaking mental health groups for kids that say, I'm a girl now, put me in a girl's bedroom. Giggity.
Especially, do you know what I mean? Like secondary school, boarding school age. It's just that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, this is how I think. It's why it annoys me.
Like to my head, well, other teenage boys are going to start doing the same thing. They know their mate.
Yeah, their girlfriend happens to be in that room. They both a bit young. Fuck it, they'll just start fucking on a bunk. Why not? I mean, you're both girls. You're just being lesbians, that's all. Oh, dear God.
No problem.
Yeah, a boy with a really deep voice wearing the manliest clothing ever. I'm a lesbian. Okay, go sleep in the girls' room. Yay. That would be very disturbing. I'm not sure I could, I'm not, I don't, because because of that and the recent talking of medical help for kids who are confused about their gender identity. It just...
Yeah, that thing.
It all screams wrong. I still stand by what I said. It's child abuse. And just because a kid says they're confused doesn't mean you immediately put them in the opposite sex's bedroom. If it's that...
I want to know what the parents of the other girls in the dorm think about it. Because I can't see them being happy about it.
I would have thought that the parents would have to be asked for approval. Are you okay with this biological boy who's confused about their gender identity being put in here because they say they're confused about their gender identity when they're a child? It's a no-brainer, really.
It does make you wonder whether they were asked, though, because I can't see every parent agreeing with that.
I absolutely agree. That's weird.
What?
I just noticed a minor error on Discord for the YouTube chat. It wasn't positioned right. It must be... Oh yeah, right. Don't worry, I have different scenes on OBS. One for the other streams with the sofas. The YouTube chat I recently repositioned, but I forgot to reset that. Oh well, fuck it. Effort.
Too much.
It is. I can just about be bothered to do this, and just doing this makes me sleepy. I was working on I noticed some of the old favourites for anti-feminist, like an atheist game used to call it anti-feminist wank material. Basically the bedroom feminist crap. But BuzzFeed, MTV and HuffPost have started making their propaganda again. I'm like, oh my god, I can see all the shitlords salivating. Response videos are coming! Getting very hard thinking about it. So I figured I'd just pounce on one of them because there's no speaking in it. About how to be a good ally. It's like 2 minutes long. It's really bad. The images they use along with the wording means you have to take it from two different positions. But I also have the a future video I want to work on. That campus reform picture of is your Halloween costume racist? And when I get my Judge Dredd, when I get my Judge Moist Judge outfit, I'll do a video with that costume because then I can be a bit more. I can do it as if I'm answering the question.
Yeah,
The thing is, stuff like that pops up every single Halloween.
Year. Last year it was the Native American thing. The year before, I think
the year before that, it was zombie mental patient.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Oh, that was amazing. But this is brilliant because some of the questions, I'm not going to do it now because I want to save it for the video because I've been looking at it. I'm looking at it now. In fact, it is just pure gold. I mean, some of it even says reconsider your costume. One of the end answers is, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Try again."
Really?
Thing is, I've already looked at the first run of me answering this, and I think even if it's Judge Dredd themed, I would still have my first set of answers. Reconsider your costume idea as the end answer. So I'll have to redo it and try and work out how to do it so it's successful. Because there was a question about humanizing certain elements, and because of my answer, it will take me there, which is quite funny. Because this is brilliant. It's just brilliant. Anything that makes fun of Donald Trump is acceptable on this as well. Oddly enough. But yeah, I'm
kind of intrigued to see. I dressed up as what's her face from The Corpse Bride a couple of years ago. I'm kind of intrigued to see if that would be allowed.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind getting a Native American one of those head things with lots of feathers. Just strut around my old campus wearing that. They get very offended by that kind of crap.
It's all right. I'm looking forward to carving pumpkins this year.
Oh yeah.
My neighbour upstairs, because pagan and all of that.
Oh.
And because she's hardcore Christian, so takes offence at everything. So having pumpkins outside is bound to trigger her.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I find it fun to argue with her.
Yeah, I have all this free time. What am I going to do? Start shit with my neighbour.
She started it, to be fair.
Uh-huh.
All over. We bought like a cheap statue of a Buddha in the garden.
Right.
She took offence at it. Spoke to the other half, who was quite pleasant, but refused to move it. So then she came and spoke to me, thinking I'd be the reasonable one, and cue a half-hour argument on my door.
That sounds like a very good use of your time.
Oh, it's just it amuses
10 out of 10.
me.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. I just don't know what to say to that.
She is proper crazy, and everyone around here thinks she's crazy as well.
See, I have a neighbour that I'm not so big on. I managed to bridge the gap between one side, because when I moved back here there was some issues, and I just fixed it. It wasn't hard. It took a few minutes of me just talking to people. But the other side has this bald twat, and he's a bit of a cunt. And so
mildly,
because he looks quite well built, he's a bouncer. He tries to be very intimidating. Because I'm a lot taller and a lot better built, I don't really take as much offence when he's being short. Well, he is short, but when he's being abrupt and rude, he's not short, he's average height, and I'm not average. And when he tries to get all threatening, it's quite silly, really, because he's done it for things that are happening in he once tried to get us kicked out because cats were crapping in his garden, and he thought it was our cats. And I'm like, motherfucker, your cat is literally shitting right in front of you, and you're telling me it's our fault? Are you out of your mind?
Sounds like a cunt.
Yeah. He's a very productive member of society. By the way, Skog, if you ever feel the need or desire to make more adventurous things on your 3D printer, a lawgiver would be amazing. I'm just saying, I would not turn it into a really awesome BB gun and just or Nerf gun and just hurt everyone. I wouldn't do that. It looks so cool. Anyway, easily distracted.
As usual.
I really am. I was actually going to be doing some recording this evening after this, but I figured my pillow would be more interesting. I need to move some files from an external hard drive, because I have a lot of music from my old laptop to move over, because most of that was ripped directly from a CD, and I can't be bothered. I should have just downloaded it all from torrents or something. I own.
Whatever works.
I paid for the CD. You know, I surely should deserve at least one free download of everything. I did notice in my when I was downloading music earlier that I had all Lost Prophets albums still in my library, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. Didn't I get rid of that paedophile singing band ages ago? I mean, the singer, it got me thinking, how fucked up are the lives of the band? Because, think about it, the rest of the band did not know the singer was abusing infants, and he was on meth. They didn't know this. So think they've all made a really successful career from this band, and he has fucked them. I mean, they got play buttons and plaques, awards, trophies for what they did as a band, made millions, and he fucked it. I mean, how fucked up is that for them? Or do you think the band still keep the stuff laying around their house?
No idea.
No? Well, if you were in a band and you were really successful, and then the singer was discovered to be a paedophile, would you want to keep your former band paraphernalia stuff laying around, even all the awards and everything like that.
I'd probably keep it, but tidy it away somewhere.
Yeah. It'd be very hard to want to look at it. I mean,
Yeah.
be very proud of what you achieved, but at the same time, look what you achieved, and then look what someone did to it. They just
Like how somebody completely fuck up your entire.
Like, it's like wrong to even mention that like you like them, still listen to.
One of my old uni
Isn't it?
housemates recently said, "Oh, I'm listening to Start Something, feeling a bit edgy today." And I'm like, I replied back, "That's not edgy. That's fucking retarded. You glorified bellend. Delete it from your fucking library, you spastic." It's not edgy to listen to music sung by a paedophile who has been in the news recently for attempting to groom a woman into something with her baby. Yes. He's doing
Really?
20... Yeah, he was in the news recently for this. For grooming a woman, a 21-year-old, I think, who I think has a baby. I think he wants to get access to the child. He's doing 28 years. I mean, I don't know how long until he'll be out. He's mid-30s, so he'll be at probably 60 when he gets to see fresh air again. And you think about how successful you were, and then you do that. And you can blame the meth all you want, but you chose to take
It sounds
the meth.
like someone like him is. Yeah, as soon as he's released, he's going to go back inside anyway.
At the age of 6, think about this. The band sold up everything. They dissolved the whole company. He made a lot of money while in the band, but after the band sold all the assets, his cut of it was £150,000 of what was in what was left over to be sold off and gotten rid of. So, including any money he has in the bank already, he's set. He'll be a pensioner, and he can disappear. Hopefully. I mean, if he gets noticed, he's fucked.
There will be people that are going to recognise him, though.
Well, it's like Gary Glitter. He did everything he could to not be.
Yeah.
First thing he did, took the fucking wig off. Is he still alive? I need to look him up. Is he... What's his name? Paul Gadd?
I think he is.
Fuck it. Gary Glitter. He wasn't even like a really successful Gary Glitter jailed for 16 years. I think he's back in prison.
Yeah, there was something on the news, like the tail end.
Yeah. BBC. Okay, so former pop star Gary Glitter has been jailed for a total of 16 years. He was 70 when he was sentenced again. For God's sake, that was in 2015. Motherfucker, he's in his 70s. He's not going to last much longer. Oh dear, oh dear. He's a prolific. He's like continually done this. Apparently, right? He's worth about $8 million. I mean, how has he not lost all of that?
How's he still worth that much?
I would assume it's from royalties he got from back in the day and properties he owned. But he sold 20 million records. That's not bad. Let's have a look at his I got to look at his discography quickly.
Wasn't it that Do You Want to Be in My Gang? Wasn't that him?
Come on. His albums didn't sell that well. Really didn't. They didn't chart. Well, 2 of them did. Singles. Let's have a look. And he's got a few number ones. He's got Always Yours, I Love You, You Love Me, Love, and I'm the Leader of the Gang I Am. They're all just, yeah.
He was trying to cash in on the whole glam thing, wasn't
Well,
he?
he did. As far as singles go, he's got a fair few top 10 singles. He's not a one-hit wonder. It's quite shocking, really. I mean, when was the last thing that was released? 2011. It was a greatest hits album. He doesn't have any albums that sold that well. This confuses me then. It says a lot about the quality of the music, I guess, that only the singles did well. The guy's in his 70s now. It's like Rolf Harris. What? I kind of get the point of putting him in jail, but at the same time, what's the point of putting him in jail?
He's free now, isn't he?
Rolf Harris is, yes. Let's have a quick look. He was released, released from prison in May 2017, yeah. Sucks really for him. I was a huge fan of Rolf Harris. To then find out he was a bit of a dirty old man.
Just a lot of dirty old men.
I was a massive fan of his when I was a kid as well. Kind of look back and think, it just feels a bit wrong now.
Let's see. He's been acquitted of some charges recently, in fact. Yeah. See, Harris wasn't he only sentenced for indecent? Was it? Oh, what was it again? He was sentenced. Oh, it wasn't
indecent exposure or something.
No, it was indecent something, I think. Let's have a look. Indecent assault. Indecent assault. See that? Oh, I need to find out what the parameters for that are, because it really. I'm not. I just typed indecent. Fucking hell. Indecent assault. Right. Sexual assault that does not involve rape. Right. So basically, he did not rape anyone, even though he's been called a rapist. It's interesting. Okay. I'll have to look that up later. I'm not going to defend what he did because, let's face it, he fucked his own. He's late 80s and he finally gets caught out. The guy's worth millions. He had a reputation. He was. Oh, he had a. What was it? An OBE or CBE?
Something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah. Lost that. He lost any respect from anyone. Don't touch children,
enough,
people.
I think his
bad.
paintings. I think his paintings went up in value, though.
Yeah.
It's that like that morbid part of humanity, isn't it?
It's the part where someone tells
Humanity
you.
is fucked up.
Yeah. Someone says, "Oh, look at this beautiful piece of art I got. Who'd you get it from? Rolf Harris." What the fuck is wrong with you?
The fuck are you?
Yeah. What are you?
It's like people collect, stuff from serial killers and all sorts, don't they?
Yeah. I'm sure there are plenty of people who collect Charles Manson paraphernalia. I just like the idea of someone buying something that belonged to Manson or Savile, and they're bragging about it. And the reply is simply, "Get help, please, get help." Fuck it.
I think there's like an unhealthy fascination with that kind of stuff, though.
Yeah, there is. It's quite disturbing.
And if people can make money off of it, they will.
Yeah. Yeah. It's sad. Fuck it. So is there anything either of you two would like to talk about before I end this?
Yeah, there's nothing pressing. It's been a pretty calm week.
It has been, hasn't it?
Yeah. Nothing too big.
Well, we've had the only thing interesting I've noticed is Brexit talks still.
But besides the Harvey Weinstein thing, that's just.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that pans out, because I'm sure there are going to be people who do defend him when it seems quite difficult to do so. And the only thing interesting here is the Brexit talks and parties willing and knowingly saying they will just block everything regardless. Like, I'm sorry, this is democracy, and you're acting like a child. Get fucked.
Oh, and then, Boris Johnson was on TV earlier about saying, I'm going to go into the talk tiger.
Rar. Oh dear.
Just especially coming from someone like him.
I want him to turn up
so
in a
ridiculous.
tiger bodysuit. Like skin tight. And I just want him to walk into the room with a bowl of Frosties and say, they're great! Now give me what I want.
Well, there was that woman dressed up as some kind of superhero.
What?
Turned up. Or something. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, I'm ahead of you on that. I'm already Googling this.
So am I.
News.
EU Supergirl activist escorted out of Brexit talk press conference.
Really?
Yeah. She's an author or something. She's a Remain campaigner from Sheffield.
Is it the woman that's had things go through...
Madeleine Kay.
Yeah, I know who it is. I've already got the article from Standard. Fucking... She basically managed to get a few things blocked in the courts. Motherfucker. Oh no, it's not. It's someone else. Jesus. And she doesn't even look good as Supergirl. She looks like trash. Oh dear. I would screen share, but it just shows that I've been shopping. I've been looking at electric guitars recently on the side, and I don't want people judging me.
Because then we're going to have to expect something.
Honestly, if I had the money, I probably would. But to get some of these guitars, they're really cheap. I just don't have that money yet. Yeah, I'm not dealing with that. That's ridiculous. That's absolute crap. I can't believe she dressed as Supergirl. Yeah, I was in a lecture theatre, right, on the last day of our first year, and I decided to go to one of my soon-to-be housemates' macroeconomics classes at 9 a.m.
Just for shit.
And, yeah, me being in hard science and him doing this bollocks. It was just interesting to listen.
Yeah, that's an accurate statement.
He fell asleep listening to macroeconomics, and I was wide awake. I was like, this is fascinating. And then somebody in the class decided to take their clothes off to reveal underneath they had a Superman costume, and they said that they needed to save the world. So they pretended to fly around the room and while running, of course. And yeah, that was
what the fuck?
That was entertaining. That was intellectual, and I honestly felt like I'd learned something really valuable that day. Yeah, cloaks are cool, everyone. Fuck it. I'm gonna end this.